Hello everyone, welcome back to the next episode of our podcast, and today we have Samhitha Inturi with us. Hi Samhita, how are you?
Hi Dave, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Did you vote?
I unfortunately don't have a voter ID in Telangana, but in Andhra I will in May.
Okay, when is do you know when is the elections going on?
Did I just put it out? I think in May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how's everything going on? How's life?
It's great. Pretty hectic with work, but just going with the flow.
Right. See, I'll be very honest. People say they go with flows, but I don't believe it when it comes to founders and CEOs. Right. So I'm sure you are a calendar-driven person. You have your scheduling meetings and all of that. How does a typical day of yours look like?
I think even though we are packed with a lot of stuff, I think the most people who are suffering on a daily basis are teams.
Okay.
More than the CEOs and founders,
okay.
Because we got everything streamlined, and we are just trying to create more and more innovation and meeting other founders and other CEOs to see where the industry is even going. So typically for me, my day is usually it starts with research. Like earlier it was more about building team and everything, but right now I'm really glad to have a great team who handles a lot of stuff for me and the brand. Mostly I start half my day goes on research.
Okay.
It's all about market trends, where the market is heading, and what's to be done with 3 a.m. and everything. Then rest of the day is all about going to the office, and mostly it's all about brainstorming sessions, which I really enjoy with my team.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know, one thing that I know about Indian people is I've been with lots of friends. I have lots of friends, so I speak to them and they say that, you know what, job is not for us. Right, you start a business, you be a founder, be your own boss, and it's pretty much glamorized as of now with the current startup trend as well, with the ecosystem that we're talking about. There are lots of companies, there are lots of business that's flourishing, that's coming out, and if it's flourishing or not, that's another chapter altogether. But yes, they're starting. But I want to understand what are the harsh truths of a founder, of a journey who's, of someone who's actually building a brand.
Okay, so I would say there's nothing wrong with jobs, and if anyone gets an amazing job, please go for it.
Right.
Coming from a CEO and a founder, I would really push anyone to do the jobs first and then understand, because when you run a brand, it's very different. Launching a brand and sustaining it and playing the game is a different thing. So coming to difficulty, that's there. This is something I've taken up as a second gen entrepreneur. Business runs in my blood, and end of the day for me it's all about making money, and I've been taught by my father since a very young age. So that's how business has come very easy to me. I would say I would really privileged and glad to come out of a business family to understand the ropes of it. But one thing is, no matter how many resources you have, it's all about the first-hand experience of any business you get it when you get into it and get your hands dirty.
Right.
It's all about understanding how the entire thing works, and for that you really require patience, resilience, and you have to do the hard work. And you have to, if it's required, you need to get to that remote village, go check your raw materials and come back here. You can't be no, I'm not doing it, I have a manager. Or these days I'm seeing you can't have 5 managers to do it.
Right. So when we talk about this, I also understand, since you have mentioned that you're a second gen entrepreneur, or no one knows, mostly people do not know, but you also have a background working with your father as well. So I'd want to focus on that aspect. So how has that been? What did you work on?
So right after my graduation from Purdue, I majored in economics and entrepreneurship. My family is into power business, and I headed the solar division in my father's company, where I worked on solar power projects and initiating renewable resources projects, where we have hydro cum solar, wind cum solar, these kind of projects in the Northeast. And I'd say it's a boon for me to work under my father, because he's a first gen entrepreneur and there's a lot to learn from them. And when it comes to business, he's not my father, he's my sir, and he's my hero, and he's someone I look up to.
Do you call him sir?
I do, I have to.
Okay.
I do that. It's because we are in a very professional setting, it's not just for the sake of it, but
right, I understand.
He's my guru, is someone I'm learning from. If I call him father, I won't learn, I'll probably fight. So he's my sir, and he's my first ever guru into the business world, and it's because of him is why I even started the whole business, and why I got the whole interest of business or starting something on my own. And if you really think, and anyway, like your father doesn't have to be in a business, even if he's like doing a job or anything. I think everyone out there has to really need to talk to them and understand. You'll get the great tips.
I really like the fact that you highlighted. Said I believe mothers are always much more appreciated and loved. If fathers love and fathers appreciate, something that goes for a toss down the line. But of course, you know the importance of it. How do you look at it? Like in your home, at your place, how do you have that balance?
So for us, it's like in my family, I'm lucky to have like both of them acting like, fathers only. Because both of them really pushed me to have something on my own. And when parents push you into doing something for them or like joining the family business, it's because they've done it for us and they want to join. Like the kids to join and take over the reins. But that's not the case in my family. For us, it's like I have to prove if I'm capable enough to even run that, because that though they are big firms and there are so many livelihoods dependent upon it. You can't just walk in and be like, I am privileged, I have golden spoon and I can do whatever I want. That was not the case in my family. And I'm very lucky to have a mother who always pushed me and made me understand. Even though no matter what families they came from, she made me understand at a very young age that financial independence is required for women. Because we work in a very patriarchal society and it's all about the man is the breadwinner of the family. In my family, it's like, both equality. And I have a twin brother. So that's more the reason why I think I learned it at a young age.
Is there a competition between you both? Because I know that he has joined you in the same. I mean, you both started the company. I've read it somewhere. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But yes, is there a certain sense of competition that goes on between you two?
Yeah, it's always proving to each other more than proving to parents. Because my parents are very, very easygoing. They're like, you learn from your mistakes. Even with the brand or even with life in general, it's like you fall, then that's when you learn. But you have to get back and keep going on. That's life. And they always also taught me that life is unfair. You don't get
what age did they teach you this?
I went to Dehradun, like I studied hostel all my life. I went to do
school you were in a very
hostel? I went to do school at a very young age in my 6th grade. So I was out of, the whole family and like parents like spoon feeding since 6th grade itself. So that's the reason, and I'm really thankful and grateful because I have the exposure I have today. And somewhere these things kind of paved my journey as well. And coming to a question about my brother, we both went to the hostel. It's more about proving to each other. I think it's a twin thing. Or proving who is better than who. And more or less also we don't see each other like he's a boy and I'm a girl. We treat each other as equals. So when I'm wrong, he tells me I'm wrong, and that it's like we have a good cop kind of role, at least in our brand. But in our personal life, we are fighting like any other like siblings.
Right. I'm going to go back, call my father and mom, and tell them that I hate you because you did not give birth to twins. Because I do not have that experience. You learn from your experiences, right?
Are you a single child?
Yeah, I am. No, I'm not a single child. I do have siblings, but I do not have. Like I wanted a twin with me so that we could have that. But that saying that, of course, I understand you were in the hostel and all of that. The other thing that I want to complain also is they never let me be in a hostel. I don't even know that life. So you tell me so that I can visualize it. How was your hostel life?
It was amazing. I think everyone and young moms and dads, please send your kids to hostels, and Dehradun is great. They're not gonna spoil your kids. They're gonna hit you if required. And I really don't mind that. I think discipline in a kid is very important at a very young age.
Actually, good point that you raised. I believe that kids are not disciplined nowadays.
Not at all. I see my nephews and nieces, the amount of screen I had my first phone in my 9th grade, I think. They have phones in like first grades. I'm like, why do you have a phone? They have 15 plus, 15 Pro and all that at this age. They give it to the drivers, and I don't know, I think it's like, see, one thing is we need to realize that with the whole 5th industrial revolution that's going so fast.
We are almost completing 5th. We'll be entering into 6th very soon as we speak.
Yes, I agree. And we are progressive we're going very progressively, but sometimes I'm really scared as to what the future holds for us.
Correct.
Because kids these days don't really enjoy what we really enjoyed at that age. It's like it's more of everything is on digital right now.
Right.
Everything is on like screen. Like they don't go out in the nature, and there are no tuitions. I don't know, like there are no there are no teachers like where they tell you, okay, you're doing wrong. It's all about him, they, and identifying themselves as some fruit or some cat or something. It's crazy.
It really takes lots of braveness for you to actually telling this out loud. But what do you think is going wrong nowadays with kids? Like, I understand there's lots of care that there's lots of overcare, I believe. Please don't get me hateful comments for now. But yes, that said, what do you think is going wrong, and how do you see this impact? Because again, AI is coming. Lots of things. It's there already, not coming. It's already there. Yeah. So how do you see, and what do you think the future would be if you can think of it?
See, AI is great. Innovation is amazing. If innovation weren't there, we wouldn't be like
evolving.
We wouldn't be doing this
together.
Correct. Evolution is there. Innovation has to be there. But what I think, at the pace that the whole world is going, no one is ready for it. So they're confused. They're just confusing themselves and confusing people around it. Technology is like going ahead.
Okay.
And they're not understanding what it will hold for us and what is going to happen to us. And coming to kids or parents, or like even career choices. And the entry has become very easy into every industry, which is great. But there is no like responsibility. It's like a no matter what kind of attitude. There is no accountability. And it's more like I don't know, it's more like no accountability, and it's like you do you.
Right.
I mean, you do you, but you need to understand the consequences,
what's right and what's wrong.
You need to understand that, and it's all about who are you to tell me what is right and what is wrong, even with parents. And that is why, and these things, I don't know whether it's the issue with schools. I mean, I don't think it's that. I just think it's as much as, and school is a place where we learn our basics, our fundamental principles of living or reading or like learning anything, be it any field, starts from school. And I really think it has to start there.
Right.
Like, I recently saw this film, Oh My God 2.
Right.
And I really agree with the whole point of what they wanted. They wanted sex education in schools at a very young age, because it's important. With the onset of social media, with the way we are going progressively, I think kids and people, for that matter, at this point, I think even adults need schools too.
Correct.
But we need to be
I know a few adults who need schooling. So
yeah, me too.
Right.
But it's like you need to understand the basic fundamentals so that you know where you're going.
Right.
You need to be accountable for your own actions.
How do you look at Gen Zs?
Gen Zs, I don't know if I'm a Gen Z or a millennial, like a mix of both, maybe. Like trying to understand the lingo or whatever. Like recently,
no, I'm a Gen Z, so I just want to understand, how do you look at Gen Zs?
I think they're cool.
Okay.
And I like the attitude actually. For me, it's more like they want to do, they speak their heart out, and they're
also ready to put efforts.
They're ready to put efforts.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't think they're hardworking enough. For them, it's like when we talk about, a job or something, it's like what you don't understand. Your mom has been doing a job for the rest of their life.
Right.
She's been taking care of you.
If she's a homemaker or
everyone
a working
is doing
woman.
job.
Right.
Everyone is doing a job. Whether I'm going to 3 a.m. to office, or working with my team, or going to my, like, everyone is doing job in some or the other way. And we can't really like say, if you want to start something on your own, then do it the right way. Things don't come to you. You have to go get things done.
Right.
But coming to the whole thing, I think yesterday I saw this funny thing on internet. Someone called the viral Ori trend.
Okay.
That I don't know if you know about it.
I do. Yeah. I don't know at this point of time anyone
I think he's Gen Z, and he's just saying what he does for a living. He's living and liver, and he's doing. That's what I mentioned earlier. No 5 managers to do your job.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, but I think he's a very exceptional marketing mind to get famous.
Right.
Yeah.
He's doing him. I'm sure he's
doing him.
Yeah. His is great. But of course, you also understand. Yeah, and I also understand that it's not wrong.
Not wrong.
Right.
Not
I mean,
at all wrong.
you know, if you look
Yeah.
at some other influencers who've been doing certain
Yeah.
things, I think it's way better. Like,
Yeah.
it's not wrong.
Yeah. You know, that's what I was getting there.
I mean,
at.
there's a
Like,
sense of responsibility
yeah.
as well and accountability. So,
he knows I come from this family. I want to become famous. This
Right.
this is the route I chose.
and I think
I want to do that.
I also think that it might not have been his conscious decision. It just happened. I really think so. I don't think he have had in mind that he would be this person that he is today just by clicking pictures. You know, I don't think it was a very
Who would
conscious
have
decision.
understood, like someone with his crazy phone cases, which are very cute by the way,
Right.
and gets famous just in.
Right.
This
right.
is what people said, that you can get famous in a night.
Right. Well, Ori, we love you. Do you?
Yeah,
And
we do you.
yeah, but that said, you know, we'll get back to your father's business
Yes.
where you have been working.
Yeah.
I want to understand how was your experience, because for someone as you, and even as a woman, you know, we don't see you or India, or you know, the world is not yet prepared. I think people are prepared, but there's also a certain section of people who are not ready to accept you in these kind of industries when it comes to power planting, or you know, power plant, sorry, and then real estate and all of that. We don't see women as the driving force. You know, we muchly related to more of a man kind of a thing, or man kind of a industry. So how was your experience in an industry? And please be honest.
Yeah. So I understood the hard way, because thankfully until I graduated, I was very privileged, because I didn't really understand that if anyone, like the whole women card thing, I didn't understand, because I got things easy to me. I'd openly
Right.
accept that. But after, even though I was working under my dad, even though he was pushing me to work harder, but we live in a patriarchal society, and someone from, you know, a different generation will not accept me as in a CEO role or a decision making role. And but luckily in this day and age, all the best CEOs in India are women. And
All the best and profitable.
profitable, yes.
Right.
But unfortunately, it's not there in the VC world. That's the reason why the most decision-making, roles are not played by women, because they think women can't handle money. And I feel this has something to do with.
I really
conditioning
feel ashamed when, you know, people say that women can't handle money, because at your place, at your home, it's always the mom that has.
It's always
the
the mom.
Right.
Since the beginning, it's always the mom, and they're the best multitaskers. They can turn any business into profitable. I mean, they gave birth and they're like, they're doing like full-time role.
Right.
So, and they're handling people. So it's a challenging job. I think that's the hardest job that anyone can pull. So, but coming back to working with my father, I did face issues in either through governments or through politics. It's like people won't take you for easy. Like people just don't want to listen to you, maybe because when I started working out with my dad, I was hardly like 21, 22. I just turned 22 and I ventured into his business. But it's like some person in a very influential role in the government will not want to sit with me and discuss a project, because he's like, she's a kid, she's a girl, she doesn't know, she's impulsive. Yeah, we are impulsive, but we have the driving force to actually make it work. When I say, I mean, it's not about big companies and everything, it's all about an idea. It's all about when governments say that we are creating jobs, we are creating employment, we are creating empowerment, but where's the real empowerment when you're not giving a chance to women at all?
Right.
Or young people. I mean, more than women, the problem is with young people. It's like young people are not taken very, seriously. It's like they're taking for granted, because we tend to move from one job to another. Like they think like we're very impulsive and indecisive. So, but I started working under my dad in a very serious project, I was not taken seriously. Like even though I was being taken very seriously at my father's business and in his office, it's very unfortunate for me to like understand. Like I went for this power retreat in Belgaum.
Where is it?
In Belgaum.
Okay, like city.
Karnataka.
Oh, okay.
It's in Karnataka, and there's this very experienced individual called Mr. Harry Doll, who always hosts these power retreats.
Okay.
So we have all the esteemed power, business owners and companies coming there and presenting the ideas for, future power projects
Right,
and
infrastructure
funding and all
developments,
such that. And this was all before 3am and Beautyland and everything.
How often does these retreats happen? Like, is it a
happen every
regularized?
year.
Okay.
It's regular. They happen every year. It's
Okay.
more
Is
like
government
a convention.
involved in these?
Government is involved too.
Okay.
But it's someone from the power industry, like an alumnus hosting this. And at that point of time, I was very thankful and grateful to meet Mr. Nitin Gadkari.
Okay.
And I didn't
He's
know.
an exceptional man.
He is. He
Yeah,
is.
he is.
I was the youngest person there, and a girl, and I was sitting alone. Like, my father was networking, but I was sitting at lunch alone. I was having my lunch, and he comes to me and he's like, "What are you doing here?" Then I was very frustrated because I spoke to a couple of business leaders there, and they were not interested to listen to what I had in mind. And he came very sweetly and he asked me what are you doing here? And I just told him, this is our company. I work for my dad and I graduated and I have lots of ideas.
Okay.
No one is ready to listen. He said, go on. And he just heard my idea and everything, and he's like, you have money, go do it. He just said that. He literally said that. We don't.
Right.
We don't. That means government.
Right.
We don't.
Right.
He said, if you have money, go do it. That's when I actually understood, that it's not just one factor. It's like you can have an idea, you can have, you can have all kind of resources, but it's also time and patience.
Right.
Because these are big projects with big money involved.
So, I'd be very honest, I have never met someone from this industry, from power plant industry and all of this. So I really want to understand how is that industry, what happens basically. Let's say I know for sure that there are tenders and all.
Yeah.
You'll have to make sure that you're making a plan and then there's a tender to it and it gets approved and all of that, bidding and all. But can you just walk me through the whole process of this?
So it's about we have private and government organizations. Either it's end of the day, all of us are generating electricity. So be it you're generating through a turbine with the hydroelectricity or wind, that's one part of the business.
Right.
Another part is distribution, making sure whatever you generated is being transported and distributed to cities. When it is under government's control and you're producing in one state, then politics gets involved.
Right.
Tenders and all is just getting the project. Whoever quotes the highest tender gets the project. But it's about how many people are actually going ahead and making the projects.
That said, I'd also want to know about your professional journey because you started 3 a.m. India, right? It's 3 a.m. India?
It's just 3 a.m.
What was the whole point of 3 a.m.? How did you put the name?
So it's just 3 a.m. India is just because we want to be known as a pan-India brand.
Okay.
And 3 a.m. the name stemmed from the whole concept of 3 a.m. friend. I'm sure. Do you have a 3 a.m. friend in your life?
Yeah, of course, everyone. I mean, everyone should have. If they do not have,
it's like a friend who you can lean on, a friend who's rooting for you and there for you irrespective of everything. They're just there to listen. So we are that 3 a.m. friend for your skin, body and mind. It's more about we listen to customers and then we curate products according to the need.
Right.
Yeah, that's how the whole concept started. It's very
Who named it? Was it you?
It was me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for me it's skincare, I had a lot of skincare issues and I had a lot of personal struggle with my acne. I had acne prone skin and I spent a lot of time, effort and money into getting clear skin and understand my own skin type and follow a routine. So that's when I had a wake up call that not everyone will have this kind of money or time or even effort they don't want to put into it. For them it's more about indulgence and not necessity.
Right.
So at that point of time, one of my friends really helped me getting back into skincare and understand products and everything. So that's when I thought, why not treat skincare like a friend.
Right.
And
one thing I'd want to understand is the industry, the BPC industry, the beauty and product, all of them, it's flourishing like anything.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up, there's a new brand. Right. Of course, not every day, but yes, it's how the market is going on. And you are ventured in such a market back then into how many years has it been? 2 years.
2019. We've done Beautyland in 2019.
Okay.
It's India's first ever beauty festival connecting real-time audiences to Indian brands in 2019 itself.
And then it happened 2 years back, right?
2021 October
Right.
15th we launched.
Right.
We are 2 years into the industry.
Okay.
And we started our third successful year.
Right.
Yeah.
So you tell me, how much did you actually put in thought and efforts to start a new brand altogether? Wherein even back 2 years as well, there were lots of brands, there were lots of companies with beauty products. So what happened? Like, why did you take this decision?
I think 2 years or 3 years, down the lane, back then there were not many brands.
Okay.
People were into all about K-beauty trends, J-beauty trends. It's all about 10-step, 12-step routines. And they were really confused. Even the whole influencer marketing and all was very nascent at that point of time.
Right.
So that's the reason I've done Beautyland event, to understand how the market is going and how people are reciprocative to Indian-made brands.
Right.
So at that point, like right now with My Glam, Ras, Luxury Oil, Shankara Naturals, they were part of Beautyland. And that was like a real-time survey for us to understand how people are comprehending and how people's buying patterns were. Then we understood. We also had Korean brands like Cosrx, Claire's, and Soon Young and many more. But people were, even though like people bought a lot of Korean brands at that point of time, Indian brands got good recognition in that event. That's when I understood, like, okay, this industry is here to grow. And that's the major reason, as a business point of view, I wanted to like start like a brand on my own.
Right. When we talk about brands and beauty, the products as well, first thing that comes into our mind, or my mind, is about the beauty standards that we have in India.
Yeah.
One thing I want to discuss is, of course, how Indians are looking at our brands now, Indian brands now, because I think that's changed tremendously after the conflicts of Mama Earth, let's say, or Sugar. I think people are more aware of Indian brands as well, as of now. But that said, I'd want to discuss on it later on, but I want to understand the beauty standards that's happening today, because I really believe, with a lot of exposure of social media, of media in general, let's say Netflix or Amazon Prime, and all the different things that we are seeing. Let's say Korea, let's take Korea. The toxic thing about Korea is about beauty standards completely. There are lots of toxicity going on. It's very common in Korea now, and people believe that they have to look in a certain way to feel in a certain way, right? So how do you look at it, and as a brand owner altogether, how do you look at it, and does it also hurt you to see that these kind of concepts are on a high?
So I'd say we are very lucky. Indians are very lucky in that kind of space. We are not, even though we are going behind the Korean products and the Korean quality and everything, because they're great. But we are not into the whole Korean concept of looking a certain way.
Okay.
Right now, people in India are more about, because of the onset of social media and media in general, they want to look good and all the time, and they want to spend on themselves. There's that awareness of looking a certain way, but certain times when it comes with the media, with Netflix and social media and all, it could cause a negative impact on youngsters.
Right.
Because people are spoiled for choices, and people are also very well aware of these terms and these offerings, right from sustainability to veganism to personalization. Right. People are very well aware, because everything is on Google and they can get anything on just one click to their doorsteps. But what they do not know is, like, beauty stereotypes is a separate thing. It's a completely different thing. Even though we brands are actively endorsing and educating people that you need to accept yourself the way you look and self-love and everything, no matter, until that time, there is whole this concept of movies, celebrities looking certain way and looking very prim and proper, there will be toxic beauty standards always. Because you will compare yourself to, because you look at your idol and you'll want to be like them. And if they're not endorsing the right way, then it's a problem, right? So everyone wants to look good, and they'll just buy products or whatever is available at their convenience. So right now, I'd like to throw some light on influencer marketing.
Correct.
Everything is not real. On influence, like on social media, nothing is real. So when you see certain person living a certain lifestyle, lot of us think it's real. That's not real. I mean, or they endorse a single one brand every hour.
Right.
If you see a top influencer, they say this is not #not sponsored.
Right.
That is also #sponsored in a way.
Okay.
So Yeah, we pay for that. So yeah, I gave that away, but you pay for the hashtag non-sponsored
Right,
things
right,
as well. So hashtag ad. And even though the regulations are very thin lines, like on Meta, it's like if you're sponsoring an ad, you don't have to put sponsoring. You can put it in the hashtags, like ad and all.
Okay.
Or sponsored content. So I mean, in that way, influencer marketing has become very profitable and it's converting for them. It's a livelihood. It's great that way. But because like earlier how we spoke about how progressive the whole thing is going, it could be a boon for some and a curse for some. So I don't know what the future might hold. But with the influx of so many indigenous brands, I think the way we market will hugely impact our sales, and how we distinguish ourselves and how much amount of innovation and creativity we put into our offerings is what's going to give consumers the insight as to choose what is right for them and what is not.
Do you think that all the brands are as ethical as what you are stating? Because I believe that, of course, when it comes to money earning at the end of the day, I don't know if you're supposed to say this or not out loud, but is it all true? Like, are they really focused on the customers? Are they really doing it for the customers? How do you look at it? I understand with the bigger brands, of course, there is a certain aspect where the messaging go on to the point. But what about all the other brands that we have? Does they have a certain regulations? Is there a proof check? How is it going on?
There are regulations like US has US FDA. We have Indian FDA called CDSCO. All the raw materials and the amount of percentages you put in products, there are enough quality checks and everything. And for people who do not know, in India, all brands are cruelty free by default. You can't sell products in India if you test on animals. So marketing that factor that you're cruelty free doesn't make sense. Doesn't give it away, because every brand has to be cruelty free. And coming to ethics of a business, end of the day, I think if you and I are not making money, we wouldn't be doing this. So but I think going down the lane, I think you need to understand as a business entrepreneur, you need to take some responsibility where the product you sell is actually making some effect. And these big stalwarts and these businesses like Nivea, Mamaearth, or for that matter even Sugar have done it. Because the niche is very different. Like Mamaearth has these products for mom and baby and infants for at a very affordable price, and it's doing the job. These are everyday maintenance products. We can't have brands contract manufacturing and then saying you can become like a Snow White one day. The whole aspect of skin has basic issues like skin brightening, anti-aging. For hair, it's hair growth. When I'd like to throw some light on hair growth, it's like when hair companies come up saying this serum will give you hair growth in these many days. What they're not really telling you is if you stop, then the hair will shed. Or like there's different there are chemicals like minoxidil or finasteride that they use. Like these are derma recommended products, you get it on OTC. But there are certain effects for that as well. Like people will get heart problems or dry scalps, which will lead to another like skin diseases like psoriasis and different problems. These things the brands don't tell, because if we tell that, why will the people buy it? So I think you don't have to tell them directly, but you need to educate. It's more about making a customer aware. Like you're buying this product, you're buying these certain, because with hair growth and things like skin brightening, you need to use some amount of a chemical, and end of the day, all are chemicals. So we need to educate the customer on a very personal level. So this will create a positive impact. End of the day, even though for us, 3M is like, it's not just about selling products, it's more about creating a positive impact. And as the name suggests, we really want to be your 3AM friend for the skin, body and mind, because we don't want to confuse them saying, use this 7 days and you'll become 7 shades lighter, Glow and Lovely now. I mean, but it's more about skin issue and using the right product for the skin issue and understanding the effects and after results of it.
So what according to you is a brand that you think is really doing well in terms of awareness?
I'd always say 3AM for us.
Yeah, I've seen 3AM, but apart from you, because I know you're the best.
Apart from 3AM, I think you want me to mention Indian brands? Or
yeah, any brand apart from your brand.
I really love this brand called Glossier. And that's also a household brand.
Is it an Indian?
No, it's a Western brand. And They've started up as a startup and now it's a $1 billion company.
Okay.
The CEO has resigned and that's a different topic. But every product, they're not just selling skincare. They have skincare, hair care, they have face, they have makeup. It's a complete personal wellness brand. But every product they sell, there is enough education about it to public, and also there's enough, every consumer, it's mentioned properly on the websites, and they're very transparent about their ingredients, percentages, and what the product does, what it doesn't do. They're very clear. They're saying, okay, this product is a everyday maintenance product. This product is, you need to use these many days to get these results.
Right.
Or if you overuse or you mix it, you'll have these issues.
Right.
That way, Glossier is doing really good job. But I really want to say there are few Indian brands which are doing very great jobs also, like Dew. I mean, they are also running under like similar philosophy as us. Less is more, decluttering skincare routines.
Right.
And using one product, like you know, having products which are multifunctional.
Multifunction, right.
So they're also, but somewhere, because I understand their CEO is going over the concept of promoting conscious consumerism. It's not about buying products, multiple products for multiple, skin issues.
Right, understood.
Multifunctional skincare and multifunctional products can do the trick.
Right.
So that way, Dew is the Indian brand that I am really fond of.
Right. You mentioned about influencer marketing.
Yeah.
Right. And now I'll talk about the marketing that's done by celebrities who have like this big flux of followers and all of that. Is it ethical as of now? Like, how do you see celebrity endorsed brands when it comes to beauty care only?
See, you don't see like an upcoming celebrity going and launching a brand.
Right.
I think probably earlier we spoke about it, just to create a brand for himself. Vijay Devarkonda has done it. He's done really great on that.
Right.
I mean, but coming to the brands in our like skincare segment, be it 82 Degrees East or Hyphen, it's more about doing business and staying in the market and staying relevant.
Right.
Maybe they have their interest in skincare. They're doing it, but what I feel is they also need to understand the Indian skincare market, and if there is really a need for that product, do you really need to have a brand on your on your name? And how are people reacting to it? Is there a need? Is there a problem? I really think when you take up the whole role of entrepreneurship, are you really solving a problem? Are our offerings providing any solutions? If you're not doing that, then I think you can just forget it. Like, that's what I feel. So with the whole celebrity trend, I think it's not required. Or maybe if they do it, I think they should do it with some form of responsibility and accountability, like I always say. And I mentioned it earlier also. So I think if that is taken, and if they think they are really solving a problem, it's fine. They can make money by solving a problem.
Right. But do you think it's helping in a very long-term, perspective we see? As in, the celebrities, they are endorsing lots of products as of now. I also have a problem of whether they are being accountable to it or not. Right. You also mentioned about accountability, but I also have asked previously, like, is there a certain regulations on this as well? Like, do the celebrities actually go and understand a product and then endorse, or is it just mind blank kind of endorsement for money? Like, how do you see it? And I also feel that with a certain stature, they would also have a responsibility. But having said that, they also have an individual life and they would want to earn money. So how can this balance be created?
See, there are both ways. There are people who will just jump into the business without knowing anything, just for the royalty and everything. But times are changing. Because even these celebrities who have these own brands, they are understanding the concept, they're understanding the nature of business. I mean, they're investing into these businesses. At the end of the day, it's their hard work, it's their money. So they wouldn't randomly just go into it, eyes blank. So they do know what they're doing. But I don't know I don't think, at least in India, it will be like, in the long run. Because celebrities like Rihanna, Selena, these people have done it. It's because their market is much different to Indian market. Here, why are we going behind Selena Gomez's rare beauty? Why are people not really buying 82 Degrees East, and why do you see them receiving a lot of flack? Where is the problem? Why is a Western celebrity's brand working out? Why an Indian celebrity's brand not working out? Even let's hype.
What do you think is the answer to it?
I think it's probably things people don't like it, And when it comes to Indian celebrities, it's more like, there are ours. You kind of own your celebrities, and you get really personal, and you're like, you are paying in dollars for the other product. Like, you're okay even if it's 3,000 or 5,000. But if the same thing is done in India, they don't want it. But given the right offerings according to the skin types and the kind of product or the space that they're going for, if it's Ayurveda or clinical products or basic cosmetics, you have to be clear what we do. We can't mix all the three. Right. The day you mix all the three, and I see a lot of brands, I don't want to take names, but there are brands owned by celebrities who mix all these three and they confuse the people. I, as an entrepreneur also, right now I feel we in skincare industry, I can speak for that industry, so we are confusing the consumer. It's like you go type like an acne prone moisturizer, you will have some 1,000 offerings, 1,000 brands. How is a customer who's an amateur, who doesn't know anything about skincare, who's a beginner, how is he supposed to understand what is the best? The best one is the brand paying the highest for the keyword on Google.
Right.
But it's not by their results.
Right.
So,
right.
That's
One thing, Samhita, that I've also noticed is, of course, your brands are very affordable, right? The products that you're offering, it's affordable. But there is also psychology that goes behind pricing. So let's say your product is 250, let's say that's just a rough number, and there's another product with similar offering, but this is priced at 2,000. People would think automatically that this brand must have something better than this brand. So how did you come in terms with the pricing of your products? Was it a decision that you made because there's a bigger volume in India who would be able to afford 250, or how was that happening?
So for me, it was a conscious decision because I understood at a very early stage that India is a price sensitive market. And no matter what.
Are we still price sensitive market? I think we are moving.
It's changing, but still, you wouldn't say no to a 250 rupees product.
Right.
You wouldn't say no to a 10 ml 250 rupees vitamin C.
I asked this question to you because there is lot of status signaling now, right? When there's lots of going on. You wear a bag of Dior, let's say you're holding an iPhone. There's lots of signaling that's happening even these days. So how do you see this? Like, is India developing, and how is your pricing coming back?
I think that has a lot to do with people's earnings and people's choices and people's way of living, lifestyle choices. They want to look good. It's not about saving. It's about spending. It's more about hashtag you do you. Everyone.
Right.
This generation is going on in that direction. So it's not wrong at all. But with us, with a brand like 3AM, we target a niche. It's not, even though we say we're a brand for everyone, we are a brand for amateurs or beginners with self-explanatory products, giving multifunctional offerings at an affordable price.
Right. So
this is for like people who just came into beginner skincare and they want to try a product and they don't want to burn their pockets. It's for that. We are like, I can just give a sneak peek, like for next year we are looking for like a luxury based range of products as well.
Right.
That's a different niche again. Right. So that's why 3AM is not 3AM skin or something. It's 3AM where it will be an umbrella brand where we want to cater to different segments of audiences and customers available.
Right. We have been speaking about your professional life. I think we should stop it. It's going on. So we'll come into your personal life, right? So I'll tell you how the podcast started. So I've started this actually back in 2020, where it was How's Life? How is life? That was the name of this podcast, wherein I used to talk to people about their life only, right? Like what did they do? How was their schooling? How was their college? So we have pretty much spoken about your schools and your experience. But that said, we actually are on a mission to have a human directory. As in, even though you're not here, your story would always be there somewhere recorded on Spotify, let's say on YouTube, anywhere. It's just there recorded, and your generation, the coming generation, the coming generation, they can actually go and listen to that. There was someone called as Samhita back then, and she has done this, and these were her values and responsibilities, and she has taken over a certain problem and she wanted to have a solution to it as well. So this is what Samhita is all about, and this is what our podcast is all about, making sure that we have this human directory. So that said, I know about your college life, about your school life, but now I want to understand your college life. How was it?
My college life was great. I went to Purdue.
Okay.
And there was more of...
Wait.
yeah.
Before we go there,
Yeah.
did you write your exams? Like
I did.
how tough? Like was it tough to actually go? Because Purdue is one of the best universities out
Yes.
there. So how was
Yeah.
the whole process?
So, education is very different in the US and here. And the systems are very
When did you go to, like what year?
2015.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a 4-year degree, but I've done it in 3 years.
Okay.
Because I took a year off. I was figuring out life and to understand if I really wanted to do this. But when I went to Purdue, I mean, it is hard. I mean, it's not something where like in India where we pull all-nighters and study the day before. It's like you need to go there, you need to do your projects, you need to be. We used to be scored on attendance and everything like that. But my core memory of how I was interested in business world and everything came through Purdue only. Because few classes that I would attend, they had these workshops regarding entrepreneurship or like startups. That was my first ever entry into the startup world.
Okay.
So there's a lot of exposure. There's so many people from different parts of the world, like different parts of the world, and you understand you're living alone, and it's very different. Here you have like the entire family taking care of you. You have to take care of yourself there. At the same time, go to class, do your exams, and chill. Everything. It's like I saw a completely different perspective on life, and that's where I grew. But for me, this happened at a very young age,
Right.
because I was in a hostel, and for me, it's no different.
Right. Was it a cultural shock to you?
No, because I studied in a hostel in
Right.
Dehradun, and I was the only South Indian there.
Okay.
So,
okay. So you're
for
quite
me,
adapted.
Yeah, I'm like a lot of Indians who go to US the first time, they're very homesick.
Right.
For me, I accepted it and I embraced it in fact, and I love meeting new people, especially from different cultures, because it really, end of the day, I feel like it's the same culture. I believe like everyone is under like the whole world religion.
Right.
It's just the base and belief systems and values are different.
I hope, I really, hope everyone thinks this way. I think there wouldn't be no conflicts, unfortunately, which is happening now.
Yeah.
But that said, how were you as a student? Were you like a studious student? Were you like a naughty student? I don't know, naughty is the right word. How were you as a student?
I thought I was a smart student.
Okay. You are a smart student?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say, because I know how to get things done.
Okay.
And that's how I'm running this business.
Right, I get it.
I wouldn't say like I study books and do it. It's more about life skills.
Right. And I'm sure your father has been a person who you looked up to and
always, yeah.
Right. So I'll be very honest, when there's a certain someone, of course, we are living together, the co-ed education and all of that, I'm sure boys would have liked you as well, right? So how was that experience for you? Like, did you ever encounter love in your school or in your college? What was your first encounter to love? Like, have you ever been in a relationship? What?
I have a twin brother, so all brothers are like, all
Very
friends are my brothers. So I think there's no discussion about that.
Okay. It never happened?
Love never happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How's it going?
Hopefully I'll find it soon.
Okay. No, how is it going? Like, you have never experienced love? Like, you have never been in a relationship or nothing at all?
No, for me it's like I don't believe in relationships.
Okay.
Because I don't want to stay in something that will break.
I really want to know, why don't you believe in relationships?
I feel with the current way and like in college and how it was, I've seen my friends and everything. It's like every relationships are made out of expectations. The moment you have expectations.
Are you the first person who said this? I think so. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the moment you call someone your own, you have a certain level of expectation on them. They'll have it on you, and you'll never you'll never go up to their expectations, because it's life and it's unfair and everything doesn't go the way you want to. And I really realized it in a very in the beginning, and I didn't want to be in it because I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to put myself in a vulnerable situation.
It's very different that people actually get this maturity after being in one, learning things. But you haven't been in one and you've learned these things, so that's quite interesting.
I wouldn't say I've not had crushes and all. I'd be lying if I said I've never all that.
Do you have a current crush?
Me?
Yeah.
I do, but I don't think I'll talk about it.
No, we are not.
But
Okay.
See, crushes are something like it is like people who inspire you on a daily basis. It can be like anyone. For me, it's more on that.
Right.
rather than just looks and just
Right.
the teenage thing.
Right. So for you,
Yeah.
who would be the right partner? Like, what are the qualities that you look forward to?
I think it's something very unplanned. Something just comes into life and understands life the way I look at. And for me, I read somewhere that it's not about when you like someone, it's not about two people walking towards each other, but two people going to a point diagonally together.
Wow.
And you
Where did you learn this? What school did you go to? Please.
No, it's just that how I think, and also probably by seeing my parents. They're like more like friends than, and it's more or less like, even though we live in this patriarchal world, it's more about accepting the women in your life as a partner. And you should be friends first. You're recording, man.
Right. You know, that's really very new and fresh, because I've had members, right? Lots of people. I think I've recorded podcasts with almost 50 as of now, and this is like the first time. And you're being mature even before getting into it. But I understand where you're coming from. But that said, you must have friends, right?
Yeah.
So how has been that influence in your life?
So I am the only girl in my family. And I have a lot of brothers, and I have a twin brother, I told you. The rest all are brothers. So for me, I've been very grateful. I have so many friends, and most of my girlfriends, I treat them like my sisters. They are my sisters, and it is because of my best friend is why I got into 3M also.
Right.
That's the reason the whole concept of 3M friend also came in.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
it's
Would
like
you,
an
would you
ode
like
to
to
her.
take the name of your best friend?
Not here,
Okay.
but probably off recording.
Yeah. So how's your relationship with her? Like, how's everything? Like?
It's great. It's great, and I'm really grateful to have like friends that I have in my life. It's like they're really someone who I can lean on. They're always rooting for me. They are like my loud cheerleaders all the time, and always pushing me to do new things. Or like
all the things that I've
yeah.
mentioned. I don't see you have been backstabbed or you have had a betrayal kind of a phase in your
No.
life. Did that happen to you anytime?
No, it
Right.
never happened. And see, I believe that it's all about expectations. You need to understand a human being, because you are not perfect yourself. I'm not perfect myself. I have my negatives, I have my positives. You just need to, when you accept someone as a friend or a partner in your life, because we're talking about friendships here, you just need to accept both aspects of it. It's like, okay, he's like this, she's like this, and nothing wrong about it. You just need to, go through the journey together.
Acceptances.
It's all about, acceptance, and it's just one life. You just have to chill and have fun. What are friends for? Just having fun, and also being there when you really need them.
Right.
And you can have hundreds of friends, but there's only one who will walk with you into the door of darkness. So if you find that one, keep it.
Right. So, do you have any regrets in your life as well? No, because you really have a very good life. If I'm imagining a good life, as in a life where there's no much downs. For now, till now, I believe that your life has been on an upward or in a more straighter manner. But I don't see it a down. But have you had that kind of a phase in your life where you were extremely down and you needed help or needed someone to help you out with?
I'm someone who never regrets anything, because I feel my decisions are my decisions end of the day, and that is why I don't regret my life choices. I won't call this a regret, but I feel I should have continued working with my father.
Okay.
Like, even though I'm going back to work with him, but my full-time job is 3M right now.
Okay.
Like, that's something I started, and that's something I really enjoyed. That's one thing I feel like I should have continued doing it. Given the whole energy crisis and everything in India, but luckily I'm getting back into it slowly.
Right. So how's it like getting back?
It's great. It's just still like me trying to be accepted in that office will still take time.
Right.
But I know they'll be very welcoming and everything like that. But end of the day, we're working for one goal. Making sure the 7 sisters get the right electricity and everything.
Right.
And being part of the whole sustainable power development in India.
Right. So from here on, how do you see yourself as? Like, what's next after the podcast? Basically in life.
I don't plan.
Okay.
I think I've mentioned it multiple times, and I keep saying it on a daily basis. I don't plan anything. Maybe I just might plan. I don't even plan my schedules.
Okay.
I probably just plan the working of 3 a.m. on a daily basis.
Okay.
But it's all about, because no matter you plan, it doesn't go that way. I've always believed that, and it's happened that way. And I am looking into different career choices as well. Yeah.
Even now?
Even now, I mean, it's something I want to try different stuff. I mean, I just do want to.
What is the next thing that you want to get indulged in?
I'm really interested in production. So
Production as in what?
Film production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a huge film connoisseur.
I have my scripts written in my bag. I'll
Okay.
tell you. I'll pitch
We'll
you.
discuss. We'll
Yeah,
discuss
we'll
after
that.
this. Yeah.
Right. So you want to go into, like, is it something that I can see in the future? Like, are you
Yeah.
planning to?
I am planning to. That's something you can see more of it in the future. Like, I'm really much interested in OTT and content.
Okay.
And there's so much of talent out there. I just don't think there's like enough space for them to like grow. It's all about just one person doing like the same thing again and again, even now.
Right. And coming back to 3 a.m.,
Yeah.
how do you want to grow it from here on?
So 3am is like a baby, but it's like slowly taking steps. And we are looking into, like I said earlier, we're looking into a completely different segment for next year.
Okay.
A completely different niche, and we'll be venturing into hair care as well.
Are you allowed to say this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's a plan for you. I might.
It's a plan, but like what segment we are going into is going to, I'll keep mum about it, but I can happily say we are venturing into like, we've done face, we've done body, now we'll be venturing into hair care as well.
Okay.
We'll also be venturing into physical stores by next year. Because we are part of different marketplaces offline with dermatologists and few select retail chains, but we will be venturing into our own stores as well. We'll be looking forward for physical outlets.
Right. And what are your fears as of now? Because you're venturing into it,
Yeah.
what do you think might be a problem, or do you have a problem, or you are figuring out still? What do you think?
I have a fear for this. Like, I have a fear, like, I'm really, because with the influx of too many indigenous brands,
Products, right?
staying true to ourselves, staying true to the brand philosophy is really hard. Like that of multifunctional skincare and being a 3am friend to consumers. Because as much as I'm launching more products, I'm only promoting consumerism. I'm confusing them with my own product. How am I gonna do that? That's my main fear. But we've successfully distinguished ourselves with the current offerings, and I can say we will do that with our future offerings as well.
Right.
And we've decided to follow the whole philosophy of less is more,
Right.
and decluttering the skincare routines and keeping it to as simple, easy and effective is what our clear motto. That has always been there, and that's what it's going to be there going ahead as well.
Right. And what is your vision to 3 a.m.?
Future holds a lot for us, and for 3am the vision is not just one. It's like we want to be the brand and a 3am friend for, and build a community in a way where we are that 3am trusted friend who's creating a positive impact in lives where they're changing their small habits. And it's more about creating community, building trust, and be a part of their lives and change their lives in a small way through these small habits.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a brand that you're looking that you take inspiration from? Is there any brand as of now?
I take a lot of inspiration from Glossier, like one of my favorite brands.
And from India?
And from India, I'd say for the scale and everything, I really take it from Mama Earth only. They've done it. I mean, no matter what the IPO says and everything, they've done it. I mean,
Mama Earth has gone into IPOs as well?
Yeah, it just got listed recently. Yeah.
Okay. I
It was not that of a great listing coming to skincare, but they've done it in 10 years. And we have plans for 3am of, it's our third successful year, but we'll be getting into funding. We'll be raising a first set of funds for next year.
Right. As of now, it's both. As of now,
it's bootstrapped
right.
completely. And now the business is making for itself. And our next plan is to grow and scale on very extensively. And that's the reason we have different strategic partners on board, and we have exciting things planned for next year. And within 5 years, I can say 3am will be listed too.
Oh, wow.
That's the main vision for us.
Right.
We want to be that household brand where at least one person in every Indian household is going to use one 3am product. That's my main vision.
Wow.
It's like they have a 3am friend in every Indian household.
Right. And I did not actually put lots of emphasis on this, but can you tell me what were your personal struggles when you started 3M? Like, how did you figure out the manufacturers, the contracts, the supply chain, the distribution? How did you figure out all that?
So launching and sustaining during the COVID was only a huge
You started
task.
in COVID, right?
Yeah, we launched in 2021. So the whole R&D and everything. So by the time I decided, okay, I'm doing this by end of 2019, 2020 was COVID. My products, everything was ready. Like, in fact, I was not launching skincare, I was launching makeup before.
Okay.
We were launching skincare
But you did not,
infused.
right?
I did not do it.
Right.
Skincare infused makeup, like a highlighter with moisturizer, things that are coming now. It was already planned. But COVID happened, then I got into research. But I took it as a, good experience time for me to understand the market.
Right. I think we all got some time in
Yeah.
COVID. I mean, it's unfortunate that it happened, but having said that, there were also certain time that we all actually thought of reflecting on ourselves. I think we all reflected on ourselves during that period.
Yeah. In fact, the name of 3M was also something else at that point of time. So, figuring out the names, the branding, the brand positioning, and especially after COVID, figuring out the supply chain and figuring out the logistics, even till date, is a huge task.
Right.
And moreover, getting the right feedback from customers, that was a huge fear. I knew the products will be great, but how people are going to reciprocate and solving their queries on a daily basis. But I can say, like, my team has been like a great support and a vital part of this by creating an excellent customer support team where we talk to every single customer, and I can proudly say we have over 50,000 customer base within 2 years.
Wow.
And over 70% of them have converted and are recurring customers.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are you as a leader?
Me,
Yeah.
I don't say I lead. I feel like it more or less, I'm more of a friend.
Okay.
And I follow like a non-hierarchical structure where I really see, when I say a 3M friend for your mind, skin, body and mind, I want to be that for myself first and be there for my team and my customers. So it's like, if my team sees me as a leader, I think they do. So
I'll ask them.
yeah. So
No, I'm sure. I mean, the
Yeah.
demeanor that you had, I think we have also had previous conversations as well. I do know
yes.
for sure that you are there.
it's more of not aiming to lead. These things happen in general when you build a brand and you're taking care of a family. At the end of the day, it's like your own family.
Right.
And it's not about working for the brand. It's about creating a brand together.
Right.
That's the main philosophy of 3M. Like I keep telling them, be 3M friends to each other.
Right.
Then we create.
How did your parents react to it when you first told them that I want to start this?
They pushed me into it, actually.
They pushed you?
Yeah, they were like, I think you should do it. And I told you, right, my mother was like, she taught me all the financial independence, and women
Right.
needs to be financially independent.
Right.
And women need to solve their finances.
Right. So your brother is also with you. What does he do in the company?
So he just takes part of the creative side of it, and he's into research of the products.
Okay.
Yeah, he has his own thing, but I won't get into that. But he helps me with he is like officially a partner on board, but he helps with the offerings that we are going to launch and takes care of the marketing side of it.
Right.
The digital marketing side of it, be it ads, performance marketing, or celebrity endorsements,
Right.
brand tie-ups.
So apart from 3AM,
On an administrator
I
level,
get it.
yeah.
So apart from 3AM,
Yeah.
what's Samhita? Like, what is Samhita apart from the brand and the company?
Like, as a person,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very different person. I switch.
Okay.
I draw a clear line between my personal life and professional life. Like 10 to 7, you might be seeing me like working. I'm very different. The moment I'm out of office, I'm a different person.
Right.
I work out, I take care of myself. I love my quality time with my family, with my friends. I enjoy like my weekend.
You're a party animal.
I am.
Okay.
But I don't let that affect my work at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like for me to stay sane, I need that quality time with my friends and family, and I need to freak out, if I'm allowed to say that. But yeah, but being a CEO, you have to do that.
I used to be like this. Just to mention, I can imagine me being there, done that. I don't know, but now I'm not that kind of a person. I'm more like a,
So do you have JOMO, like joy of missing out?
No, I have nothing. No.
Like that?
No, not that. I don't know. It's more like I feel like be at one place, you do certain thing. I don't know. This there was a transition in between. I think it also happened post-COVID. You know, before pre-COVID, I think I was more like the person you were. But right now, I'm not into parties and all that. But I do think that I have to work on it because my social life is zero as of now. So I have to work on it. But that said, all the best, Samhita. You know, I really had a great time talking to you, and I'm wishing that 3M gets listed. I hope I get IPOs as well. If that's
You should invest.
yeah, no, exactly. I mean, you know,
should get your
most of the
shares.
times they don't get allotments. I just want to make sure that I get certain allotments.
Good offerings.
Yeah, if my luck is good, I'll do that. But yes, all the best for that. And before we leave, I just tell you that we basically, this podcast is on 3 pillars.
Okay.
So we go for information, entertainment, and philanthropy. Because we definitely want to create an impact. We don't want our guests to just come here and talk about their life and our life and all of that. And at the end, it's just a recording going out and people watching us and understanding your life and my life. It's more about creating an impact also.
True.
So before we leave, we'll play a small game as simple as a rock, paper, scissors game.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to play some other game, and in an indoor setup, I don't think we can play some other.
I'm not all about any games.
I know, right? So
I
yes,
shouldn't be scared.
yeah, so we'll be playing a small game as simple as rock, paper, scissors, and let's say whoever loses, they'll have to perform a dare. And the dare is not like you'll have to dance or something. It's a philanthropic dare wherein you would be helping underprivileged children or spending time at a school. You know, it would be more like in philanthropy because I definitely want you to also.
That's very sweet. We have a CSR for 3M as well.
Oh, okay.
Where we have, we've ended it, but I just want to put it out there.
Okay.
But we host these awareness programs, anti-awareness programs for women.
Okay.
In underprivileged communities to make them understand about hygiene.
I really respect all the companies that are actually indulging CSR, and I believe that you're here to make business, but if you're actually doing CSRs, not just because of some regulations.
To make a positive impact, like you said. And I really connected with you, and I really enjoyed this conversation that I had with you.
Right. No, you'll enjoy the dare as well. So let's play then. Yeah, it's rock, paper, scissors.
I think you're gonna perform the dare. I want to lose, I think. Rock, paper, scissors?
Okay, yeah, rock, paper, scissors. You're really that great. I lost 2, okay, by the way. Like back to back.
I'm very competitive.
Okay, but rock. Okay, we'll see. Because I lost 2 of them. I just hope I can win the third. I don't know. I might be in a hat trick of losing.
Let's see your luck. Let's
okay, shall we start?
Done.
Okay. Camera, please zoom. Okay. Alright. We'll do the 3-1 and then do, or is it just
3-1 and then?
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, tie.
Tie.
Shall we do it just once or just best out of 3?
Best out of 3. That is better, I think.
Okay, so now it's a draw.
Yeah.
2 other.
Yeah, we have 2
chances. Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay.
You got one.
1. Or the last. Rock, paper, scissors. It's a tie.
It's a tie.
The tiebreaker now.
Tiebreaker.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. We are not. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay.
You won.
Hi everyone. This is Samhita who just mentioned that I'd lose, but of course, you know, life had different plans.
But
that's how life is. Sorry?
I just lost 1 point. It was a good fight, though.
Yeah, it was a great fight. I mean, life is this. You can't always know what would happen in the future. But it's a great loss because we'd not be just losing the game, but we're actually making an impact. So we'll see what you get. So there now 3 numbers here. I've written 3 things. You get to choose 1, 2, 3, whichever number you choose. That would be your dare. And of course, the dare, I mean, we're together perform. It's not that only you would do it.
Yes.
So which number would you want?
3.
1, 2, 3? Yeah. Oh, 3M. Oh, how can I?
Always brand placements. Always got it there.
No, right? Okay, so you got to volunteer time in a government school.
Wow, that's sweet.
Okay,
I do that usually.
Okay, so we will go to a school soon.
Yeah.
And we will volunteer our time. Probably
Definitely.
we'll talk to them, we'll play with them. And kids are very funny and they're really beautiful. Because I've lost 2 to 3 days as of now. This is the first time I've won, by the way. It was great talking to you and I really enjoyed the conversation. But if I may, I want to ask, how was your experience talking to us?
It was great for me and I'm glad I did that on my holiday.
Okay. And
spending like all this time with you, it was great to know you as well.
Are you telling it for the camera or are you telling it?
No. I really love doing that. I'm looking forward to the dare as well.
Right.
And I really hope I have a little something for you.
Oh yeah, please. I've been wanting to.
3M products.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy it as much as you enjoy the conversation.
I really love you as an
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I needed it.
I hope they suit your skin type.
Sorry?
I want this with your skin type.
Yeah. Should I open it? No, right?
You can open it later. You can try and you can like let me know how is
Okay.
it.
I'll send you.
Definitely.